and walk with it. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right.
Okay. And then that is when really the full military honors begin.
Yeah, you'll see the OIC, the officer in charge, he will point everybody into their respective places. Once he's comfortable, everybody's where they need to be. But as soon as the coach comes in, you will have 4 of the pallbearers on each side. That is actually your flagfold detail. They will not take their hand off the coach the entire time until it comes to the final stop. But once the OIC determines everybody's in place, he will give everybody a thumbs up, and then he will yell a command to forward march, and that applies to everybody that's there. So it'll be all that I had mentioned before. It'll be the OIC, followed by the pipe and drums, then by the color guard, which is all the flags that you see there, and then you'll see the thin blue line flag, which will be carried by Hammond PD. That was the last fallen that we had.
Yes.
And then you will see the riderless horse, which we explained before, the significance of that, and then you will see the coach, and then the family vehicles. And the family may ask to stop real quick there, because that is pretty overwhelming. I know to us watching it,
flag?
Right. So that may happen. It won't be very long if it is. We typically don't like to do that, but the family makes the call on that.
Sure. Unfortunately, with the flag above, the family can't see it as well because all they have are the side windows of a car.
Right, but from a distance. But it is such a big flag that you can't help but not notice.
Overwhelming.
That being there. It is.
And I'm sure very, very emotional. Not only is that emotional, but too the outpouring that we saw in front of Detective Ferency's memorial there in front of the Terre Haute Police Department headquarters with all the flowers and the teddy bears and the notes. I'm told that the motorcycles are getting ready to pass under this garrison flag. They are just down the street, and it is the motorcycles that are leading Detective Ferency and the funeral coach.
Okay.
We will be watching that for momentarily. Will we see these fire department members most likely salute then when that happens?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. When the coach and the family get almost directly or right before they get directly underneath, they'll come to attention and they'll salute.
You know, earlier in the week, and I've told you this, Scott, and I told the community this, it was fascinating to see the procession. This is the 3rd procession for Detective Ferency. First, as he was brought, from Union Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Here we go. Look at this, the salute. Let's pause. They are heading now toward Calvary Cemetery. That will be the next stop where we will find Rondrell Moore, and he will give us more information on that. But as I was saying, there were 3 processions for him ultimately, from Union Hospital where he was pronounced dead to Regional Hospital for the autopsy, and then a day later, Regional Hospital to Callahan and Hughes Funeral Home. And throughout those, and then ultimately today's final procession. And throughout those 3 processions, we had people lining the streets each time, saying thank you, showing their respect. Here's the memorial again, and look at that. You just missed it. There was a woman, I'm guessing a mother, that was rubbing the back of her young son's, his back. What a wonderful educational moment here to teach that young man.
It is, and especially, there's going to be a time to ask questions. Unfortunately, but this is the right time to ask those questions, and hopefully we've been able to help out explain some things.
Sure, because parents are getting lots of questions, and this is a wonderful time to answer those questions, and the history that's going to be involved in all of this ceremony. This memorial has truly grown since Wednesday. They put the car out, I guess they put the car out Thursday, and it has truly grown. That you see red right there by the car. That is a t-shirt from Terre Haute South High School where he graduated high school, and a lot of people signed that t-shirt, which was really neat. That showed up early on in the memorial. There are flower arrangements by several florists here in town, flags, thin blue line memorabilia, posters, rocks. You see a special rock there with his shield, teddy bears, just a beautiful emotional sight.
It is. It's absolutely beautiful.
I saw earlier children from Camp Rave, which is here, a little camp in Terre Haute, the children with their handprints. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And it's great, too, that camps and daycare centers around town are taking this moment to teach the children about what's going on. It's been a big deal for the last several days, and this community has talked about it constantly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems to occur typically only when we have a line of duty death, but this is maybe conversations that should occur all the time before something bad happens. I know we said it before, but we know, or we tend to know as police officers, that we are appreciated, but it's just nice to have that confirmation.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know how many times I'll walk into a convenience store or a restaurant and I see people paying for an officer's drink or food or whatever, and they'll always post on social media, thank you, which is wonderful. They notice it, you notice it, but unfortunately you get the good and the bad.